All right, so we have a buy signal in progress from 86.50 right here. The machine is predicting higher. On this setup, the script entered 4 contracts in the MCL 0626. Crude oil has shifted from May to June. So if you're trading crude oil, you definitely want to be on the June contract. May is about to expire here in about a week or so. The risk for this trade is calculated from the 10-minute ATR. I have a rolling window of the 10-minute ATR over the last 4 days, and that reading is currently 48 cents with a median of 34 cents. So let's see where my stop loss was placed. 85.95. My entry price was 86.49, so I've got about 55 ticks risk right here on 4. That's about $200 for this roll of the dice. My first profit target is coming in at 87.11, so I'm using a little over 1 ATR for my target. Let's open up this price action chart. We see that crude was chopping steadily in a sort of, down drifting fashion. We briefly went positive here, but faked out and then resumed the downward trajectory. So we are now trying to come out of the down move that we started basically right off of the NYMEX open. So we took a little dive right off the bat. This green line here is the European Open. So the European Open is resistance, and we're trying to get back above this ATR volatility threshold here, which has been containing the market for the last several periods. NASDAQ is obviously all over the place. No real conviction there. We're waiting for a sell signal there. There was a buy signal earlier. So we're now waiting for the sell signal. Gold is on a sell signal right here from 48.36. I was not able to turn on the script in time. I'm going to turn on the script soon. I manually entered a couple of contracts to emulate what the script would be doing here. So my entry price here in the gold is 48.34. My stop loss is roughly 10 points, so I've got a couple stops working up here. I put in a target for about $10, so my risk reward is about the same for the first unit. I use an MIT here, so if the price trades but doesn't go through, that I'm still guaranteed to fill. NASDAQ is stuck in the opening range, 26,827 down to about 26,720. We went up in crude, we came off immediately, so we've got about 40-50 cents of oscillation here, hence why my stop loss is 55 cents. I'm trying not to get knocked out on the pure general noise of the market. We now have the first reversal here in place, so that when the indication is higher, we wait for the market to retrace and then make the first reversal. This first reversal in the direction of the initial signal is usually pretty good, as long as it's not too deep. If the market moves straight down and takes out the swing point that was created on the signal creation, that's what this 01 line is for, then that's generally not the most desirable situation. It means that the signal is not very weak. As of right now, the signal is somewhat strong, and I am hoping that I can get my target here in the next couple of minutes. The faster that I get my target and my second target, usually the better the trade is. In futures, if you have the right trade on, the market will almost instantaneously move in your direction. This is the bull strength indicator on the bottom. This is the bear strength indicator on the top. We can see that the time chart is starting to gain territory back towards the European Open and the opening range. Now we simply have to hang out and wait for the market to decide. Here goes the NASDAQ. Here is our sell signal in NASDAQ, 26,733 area. My script entered on 3 contracts, 26,732. Where did I place my risk? The risk should be about 35 points. My ATR calculation over the last couple of days is producing values of 35.5 right now, with a median reading of 26.50. So where did I place my stop? I placed my stop at 26,762 for a 30-point loss. I have 3 micro lots on. So that's once again about $200 risk. Here's the first reversal in the direction of the original signal. NASDAQ appears to be drifting lower. Crude oil appears to be drifting higher. Where is my first target on NASDAQ? 26,698. So roughly about the same as my stop loss. My other targets are going to be a little bit wider than my first target. If I can get the first target off, that's good. If I can get the second target off, that's obviously even better. Now I'm solidly in the money. The first target is simply to lock in a gain so that if I do get knocked out on the rest, that it doesn't hurt as bad. Gold still hanging around my entry price. Let's see what happens here. NASDAQ starting to accelerate to the downside. Here is my 30-second chart for the micro where I can see my orders working. It looks like my script did not like the price action here turning back down again. It got out of the 2 contract. It got out of 2 contracts of the 4 that it was short. It now put the 2 back on. Let's check my orders here. Okay, now I've got the right orders here. I had it on the wrong account. I set up a couple of sim accounts to test these programs before I did anything major with them. I want to see the behavior of these scripts before I do anything really serious with them. It looks like we just had some kind of a news release or some kind of headline that just hit. The NASDAQ just went from 20 to 46 in about 1 or 2 seconds. The crude oil reacted as well. We'll read about the news headlines later. Right now, the script is trading the market. We have to let the script trade the market and let the chips fall where they may. So when this red indicator goes below 0.5, that's a higher confidence that the market is going to go down. So in this oscillation, I feel good when I'm short when it's below 0.5 and it's colored, and I don't feel good when it's above 0.5 about the trade. Looks like the script didn't like the turn up here, so it got out of 2 of the 3 that it had. It resold them right here at the 01. Almost got stopped out here in crude, almost. Okay, NASDAQ took a stop loss right there. Now's a good chance to turn back on the gold sell script. Okay. Stop loss in gold. The indication is higher right here, 48.43. Okay, so this NASDAQ predicted lower again. I barely was able to stay in the crude oil. So the crude oil trade is still somehow alive. This NASDAQ is now predicting lower again, right about the same spot. So we had a 40 handle distortion from the last time it predicted down, excuse me, to the current prediction down right here. So I sold 3 again. This time I sold them at 36.5. I put in a stop for about 30 points again, so I'm still measuring roughly the same ATR activity. We need to monitor this gold prediction higher. I think I have a script error right there that I need to fix. I did not enter where I was supposed to, so I triple clicked and entered manually. So I need to put in my stop here for about 10 points. I entered at 30, 48.43. So let's put them in just underneath 34. So that's about 10 points risk right there. Put in my first target at 53. First target in NASDAQ is 26701. Very choppy here in NASDAQ. Very choppy. The market made an attempt towards my target here, but did not hit. Okay, now I've got all programs on. Hopefully I should be taking all the right trades from this point on. Still have to manage this gold trade manually for right now. Crude oil about to be stopped out of this one. There's the negative signal in crude. I still haven't yet updated the script to do the reverse trade. So right now I'm running a long version of each script and a short version of each script. I do get some cross chop with this setup, but I have not upgraded it yet to do the reverse trade. So I'm gonna have some back and forth here in the problematic areas. Gold not doing very well. NASDAQ a little choppy. Crude slightly down right here. Okay, the crude oil short trade got knocked out. So that leaves the long trade that was open from before. So I'm back in sync there. That's good. Still in this NASDAQ short, waiting. Gold predicted higher. Made the first reversal here. The one that I entered on manually, I got stopped out of those. So the script is now taking over the gold. That's good. Back in sync right there. Okay, looks like we got one target off in NASDAQ here, 26,701. We got two to go. Made a little bit back on NASDAQ, so took a couple of chops. So starting to make a little bit back on crude oil. Gold remains the loser this morning. Definitely had an error in gold. Patiently waiting for my stop loss here in gold. I got one more NASDAQ. I exited another NASDAQ on that recent push down for about 40 points. What did I just do right there? Looks like the gold program got short, so I'm getting some negativity here in the gold. That'll offset the long that I'm still stuck in. So as soon as I get filled on my stop for the long trade, I'll be short. Okay, there we go. Now where is my stop loss for the short gold trade? It's going to be 48.40. My first target is 21, so about 10 and 10 right there. It's a perfect whipsaw in the gold. We went down and then we went up and now we went down and now we're down again. So we were up, then we went negative, then we went positive, then we went negative, then we went positive, then we went negative. This is chop. Very choppy action here. Still long the four crudes from 86.55. Waiting to hit the 87, so I need about 20, 30 more cents here of upside. It's solidly positive. The confidence reading is 0.8. Gold obviously oscillating from positive to negative, no clear conviction yet. NASDAQ solidly negative. And wait for my next target here in NASDAQ. All right, looks like we had some kind of event come out here, and I'm now filled on everything. Crude oil took off, got a bunch of targets in crude. Trailing stop hit NASDAQ. Gold dumped right away, got a bunch of targets plus trail in gold. What just happened right there? All right, so I'm now positive in CL, slightly negative in NASDAQ, and I made about 400 back in gold. All right, now I'm reset, no positions. It's a good place to stop this video. And we'll see you on the next one.